it's the last official day of being the main caller in Melbourne for John Russell. He almost made a half-century of race calling, and he looks like he's only just started. The consummate television caller, John Russell, no flares, no fluster, just good, accurate calling. John, we wish you well on this final day. And I've had a little preview of your tips, and I'm a bit worried. You've tipped a horse called Don't Imbibe, and I've tipped a horse called Teetotally. Don't let that be the order of the day when you go to dinner tonight.
Well, we've got to take the Quinella today, but it won't happen tonight, I can assure you, Rod. Good morning to you. Thanks for those kind remarks, Rod, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, here at Flemington. It's always a wonderful day, Grand National Hurdle Day. It's the first day of the Grand National Carnival here at headquarters, and we've got a great program lined up, of course, with the Grand National Hurdle. A tough race, capacity field this year. The track is slow for racing here today. That's on the better side of slow, really. The weather is fine, and we're looking forward to a great day. The rail in the true position for racing here at Royal Flemington. Now, the first event, the Crisp Steeplechase, over 3,900 metres. I like Usurper. Very good third behind Belcapine last week at Moonee Valley, and I think he'll atone. He's on the way up, this horse, Usurper. Ran a great race in the Grand Annual. Unfortunately crashed at the last fence that particular day, but he's the one to beat here, I feel. He's won over the jumps here at Flemington. I put him in to beat number 2, Turf Tavern, a very good fencer here at Flemington, and for third, number 5, Tom T. Hall, who will improve on recent efforts. 6, Usurper to beat number 2, Turf Tavern, and for third, number 5, Tom T. Hall. The Super Vobis True Version handicap. Thing ran a great race, came home strongly at Moonee Valley last Saturday. I think it's the one to beat here. The peculiarly named Thing to beat number 1, Bellows Senor, was impressive in his win at Cranbourne last time out, and Trips is one of Lee Friedman's team who ran well at his debut at Geelong. Ran second there that particular day. Number 7, Thing, my fancy, to beat number 1, Bellows Senor, and for third, number 8, Trips. The Darcy Bonetto handicap, 1,200 metres down the straight. My special for the day here is Ucello, has won on its last 2 starts, one at Geelong when the blinkers were put on her, and she then went on to score next time out in good style here at Flemington. I think she'll complete the hat-trick of wins today, Ucello, with a claim for Kieran McAvoy. Comes in with a postage stamp of only 48.5 kilos, and she's my special to beat number 5, Raffination, who's a very speedy galloper, and for third, number 9, Romelpa. 7, Ucello is special to beat number 5, Raffination, for third, number 9, Romelpa. The Grand National Hurdle Race, the main event, and a great race it'll be, a lot of chances. I'm sticking with Jim Houlihan. He's going for his 6th win in the Grand National Hurdle today with this good horse, Moon Chase. We saw win the Maui Grand National Hurdle, and of course gave a dashing display to win the Australian Hurdle 2 starts back, and then a good run on the flat after that. Maybe Rough was a good run on the flat, by the way, too. It ran third in the Australian Hurdle. It will be competitive today, and I think Kingston Dream, who beat some good horses in the Lachelle Hurdle here over the birthday weekend, is in with a big chance. But there are chances galore. I'm settling for number 1, Moon Chase, to beat number 2, Maybe Rough, and for third, number 3, Kingston Dream, in today's Grand National Hurdle. The Port Phillip Western Victoria final here. Pretty tricky race this. I like number 2, Fayette, who's racing well. Put together a string of wins, and I think she can win, Fayette, to beat number 1, Cotton on Flyer, and for third, number 5, Grist on the Mill. That's 2, Fayette, to beat number 1, Cotton on Flyer, and for third, number 5, Grist on the Mill. The Emerald Hotel handicap, wonderful hotel here in Melbourne, owned by the Lewis family down there at Clarendon Street in South Melbourne, and they're sponsoring this race, the Emerald Hotel handicap today, a race for the mares. And I like Jingle Bells to win. She's racing well, trained by Leon Corsons, to beat number 4, Zakynthos Girl, coming up for the hat-trick, and for third, number 1, Lady Capel. That's 6 Jingle Bells to win the 6th event, the Emerald Hotel handicap, and the Dangers, number 4, Zakynthos Girl, and 1, Lady Capel, for third. Now, the John Russell Welter handicap, I've known him for a long time, this fellow. He's not a bad bloke. And some say otherwise. And I like number 3 here, Mustang Red, to win the event, trained by Pat Highland. Strangely enough, the last time that I called my last race here, this has been a reincarnation really, it was back in 1983, and when 3UZ folded up in those days. The last race on the card here was the handicap for the 3-year-olds, and Pat Highland rode the winner that day in Pride of Kalina, and I think he might train the winner here this afternoon, Mustang Red, to beat number 4, Sovereign Squall, races well fresh, and for third, number 12, Quahira Legend. So that's 3 Mustang Red to beat number 4, Sovereign Squall, and for third, number 12, Quahira Legend. And the final event, the Dulcify handicap. Rod likes this, I like it too, Don't Imbibe, although we go the other way most times. Number 2, Don't Imbibe, to beat number 5, Amazon Lad, and for third, number 3, Prince Iluka. That's 2, 5 and 3. In the last event of the day, my special here, Ucello, and with all the late mail, it's a very good morning to Jeff Donald. G'day, Jeff.
G'day, John. How are you?
Good, thanks, Jeff.
That's good. All geared up for the final day?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, and thanks for your help over the years too, Jeff.
Oh, well, John, I thank you too for what you've done for bookmaking. You've always been a great supporter of the old bagmen, and it's always been appreciated, I can tell you that.
Well, my late uncle was a bookmaker, and I started in the racing with him, you know, on the bag.
Yeah.
Never touched the bag, by the way. Not for 2 bob even.
Yeah, I heard yesterday you were cured on the punt very quickly too. I heard a story on the radio you were telling yesterday.
That's right.
I was backing losers.
I don't. Anyway, Jeff, this is a good program here today, the Grand National Hurdle, and the first event is the crisp steeplechase.
Yes, John. These jumping races have been very open this year and very competitive, and I find that both of them today are much the same and hard to find the winners. I've gone for the hurdle and train number 6 Usurper, just ahead of number 1 Tel Disco, and for third I've put in number 5 Tom T Hall, but there are a lot of chances in this race.
And race 2, the Super Vabus True Version Handicap.
Yeah, here I was impressed with Balsignor at Cranbourne. I think it's a horse that'll keep on improving. I like it a lot. To beat 2 of the Friedman trained horses in number 13 Dana Jiva, and for third number 8 Trips, John.
And the third event, the Darcy Bonetto Handicap.
Yeah, this is a bit of a race of sort of half the field being in city form and half of it being the midweek form, and it'll be interesting to see how it matches up. I've gone for number 5 Raffination, ahead of 1 number 6 Torlina. I think it's a horse first up today, but showed a lot of promise last in work, and for third I put in the top weight number 1 Malinti.
I think you'll agree a few chances in the big one, the Grand National Hurdle.
Yeah, again, you could have 3 picks and then another 3 picks and still miss the winner, I think, John. I've gone for the Hurleyhan trained horse. His horses are always very well conditioned for these type of races, and the horse is racing very consistently. Number 1 Moon Chase to beat number 4 Desiree, and for third I've gone for number 2 Maybe Rough, but a very competitive race.
Sure is. And race 5, the Port Phillip Western Victoria Final.
Yeah, here I like number 15 Deerfield, a horse on the improve. I've put it on top to beat number 2 Fayette, and for third I've gone for number 4 New Shanghai, but again another race with a lot of chances, John. I'd be watching the betting on that race.
No doubt you've had a drink or two at the Emerald Hotel at Clarendon Street, South Melbourne?
I have. What a great hotel. Yeah,
terrific.
Yeah,
Food's terrific, isn't it?
Good meal there. Yeah, go there a lot.
Oh, I've seen you there, actually. What do you think here?
Here, John, I like the New Zealander. Not many people have mentioned it, but it's form reads very well to me in New Zealand in number 8 Sweet Liner. I see it's over here trained by Jim Mason now, and it was a good run first up over there. I like it to beat number 6 Jingle Bells, very consistent horse, and for third I've put in number 1 Lady Capel.
All right, race 7.
Here, I like number 12 Quahira Legend to beat number 2 Grand Bray, and for third I've put in number 3 Mustang Red.
And the final event, Jeffrey, named after a great horse, the Dulcify Handicap.
Well, we finished today, John, and I finished exactly the same as you with the same 3 horses. Very keen on number 2 Don't Imbibe. I thought it was extremely unlucky last start. I've put it in on top to beat number 5 Amazon Lad, and for third I've gone for number 3 Prince Aluka.
Good on you, Jeff. Couple of specials?
We'll go to race 2, number 1 Bella Signor, and in the last race, John will certainly make number 2 Don't Imbibe a special.
Good on you, Jeff. Have a great day today.
And all the best to you, John. Great.
Might have a couple of bets with you on the Murray Cod. Any chance?
Yeah. Well, at least you'll be able to go and give your side a bit of support now, won't you? They need some support, I think.
Include me out. Include me out. We'll come back.
Yeah, we'll sign you up with Collingwood, John. Don't worry. We won't forget about you.
We might even amalgamate.
Might help.
Good on you, Jeff.
Okay, John.
Thanks very much, Jeffrey. And Rod, we'll be back here with our first race here, keeping in mind the track is slow at Flemington today. Rail is true, set for a great day, Grand National Hurdle Race Day, and our first event coming up, the crisp steeplechase at 12:15.
Good on you, John. We all wish you well today. A man who's been struck by lightning, showered by broken glass. He's run into all sorts of trouble. And John, they do say that you never pass up the substance for the shadow, but I think you're being joined now by a man who bears that illustrious title. The Shadow, Graham McNeice, with John on his final day.
Well, this is wonderful to see here in Melbourne, Graham.
It's great to see you. After all the years that I've known you, I have never been up to this position up here in the grandstand here. I've been to the members' stand here at Flemington for many times, but I've never been up to the broadcast box to see you here, where you do all those famous calls. How are you, mate?
Pretty good, thanks. Pretty good.
This is a rather emotional day, as we all know, for Jono. As most of our viewers right around Australia know, that John is scaling down his commitments. But something to the tune, I think, of around 50 years. You've called them all down here. Cox Plates, Melbourne Cups, Newmarket Handicaps, Grand Nationals and what have you. You've called all the legends of, so many of the legends of the turf, and as I said, this is rather an emotional day. And I'm here today, and it really is an honour, I must say, on behalf of the gang at Sky Channel. I remember when we got underway in 86, 87, and you came on board with us. And I must say that over all the years that, well, I've known you personally, something like to the tune of about 25 or 30 years, but those particular years at Sky Channel, you have become synonymous with Sky to what it is today, and you are one of the most dedicated professionals and wonderful human beings I've ever had the pleasure of working with and coming to know. You have a massive audience out there of fans, and on behalf of particularly the gang at Sky, they've got together and they've put together, and well, I think this is absolutely fantastic. We can get a shot of this. Some magnificent photo finishes of the champions that you've called, your horses, your champions actually, and on behalf of the gang at Sky, it is my great pleasure to present this to you as a memento of the fine work that you've done, not just over the last 50 years, but particularly with us at Sky Channel. You're a tremendous asset. And as I said, you're just scaling down your...
I'm not out yet.
You're not out yet, but we just want to, as a token of our sincere appreciation, thank you, Jono. And like these champions of the turf, I'm sure you'd all agree that John Russell is indeed a legend of the turf himself. Good on you, Jono.
Thank you very much for those words, Graham. Well, it's been a wonderful time for me to be with all you great guys up there at Sky Channel. The years have gone by so quickly, that's the trouble.
Yeah, they have. It's, when you think it's 1986, 87 up to 1998 now, but there have been exciting years, and even more exciting years, of course, to come in this electronic age. But again, thank you so much. Looking forward to having a great dinner with you tonight. And a drink or two.
I'm sure we'll do that. Good on you, Graham. Many
Okay,
thanks indeed. That's a wonderful presentation too.
Okay, and good luck this afternoon. Look forward to seeing you a bit later.
Thanks, Graham.
Okay.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Good on you. John Russell and Graham McNeice there at Flemington, John's final day of calling. He's calling the first 7 races today at Flemington, and then Greg Miles will call the final event. Only wish I was there at dinner tonight. 4 lock time.